Greetings, my alien babies, and welcome to episode 4 of the Alien Babies podcast with some new and improved audio, hopefully. I swear to God, if the audio doesn't sound better, I'm going to cut off one of my testicles on live stream, okay? First episode, uh, audio was terrible. Second episode, a little bit of improvement. Third episode, getting better, not too bad, but I finally caved in and I got the Shure SM7B microphone. All the top podcasters use it. Joe Rogan, Chris D'Elia. If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for the Alien Babies podcast. Got a new boom arm for the mic, and so yeah, hopefully the audio is going to be greatly improved on this podcast episode. So we'll see. You know, I'm praying. So I've been struggling with the audio a little bit. So hopefully it doesn't already sound terrible. I should have checked it a little bit better, but you know what? I didn't. So we're winging it. But I did sit here for hours and try to check it. Oh no. Did you guys hear that? I feel like I heard something in the audio. Maybe it's messing up already. Oh man. Well, what can you do, right? So yeah, welcome to episode 4, and I don't have any of my own intro music yet, but let's do a little bit of this. All right. So, last April 2019, before COVID, I decided to take a trip to Los Angeles, California for the first time. Never been before. I wanted to go, start living life, check it out, check out the Hollywood scene, see what Hollywood's about. If I ever wanted to move there one day, just to see what it's like. Because you know your boy's an actor, you know? You know your boy's an alien actor. So I decided to hop on a plane, shove my 4.5-foot alien prop in my luggage, the fella you see right to the left of me. I shoved him in my luggage, flew to LA, and brought my camera. I had a camera before that wasn't as good as my current camera. And what did I do? First, I took it to the Conan O'Brien show. And when I applied for the free tickets online to the Conan show, to the live taping, the live screening, I wrote in my little note, hey, if you give me 2 tickets, I'm going to bring my 4.5-foot alien prop with me. And they gave me 2 tickets. So I'm like, oh man, I don't know if they've read my note. I'm assuming they read it. They gave me 2 tickets. I wrote the note. I'm like, damn. So I show up to Los Angeles with the alien prop, and I'm getting nervous. I'm walking up to the Conan show to check in, and there's security. I don't know if they were cops or just security, metal detector maybe, and they're standing there, and I'm walking up with the alien prop in my hand, under my arm, and I'm getting nervous because I've never done anything so weird, dumb, and you know, I made it a point to get out of my comfort zone when I went to LA. I wanted to do things on purpose that would make me feel uncomfortable so I could get used to doing things that made me feel uncomfortable. I wanted to begin YouTube. I was thinking about maybe quitting my 9-to-5 job and following my dreams and pursuing my passions in life. So I wanted to get used to that uncomfortable feeling and push past that, because I know on the other side of fear are beautiful things. Will Smith says, what did he say? God put the best things in life on the other side of fear, right? So I wanted to get out of my comfort zone, get used to, you know, feeling like a fool, get used to that energy, and then not feel so foolish when I do things out in public, make YouTube videos, follow my dreams, do acting, all that stuff. So I walk up to security. They're all looking at me. It's like 4 or 5 of them. They're all looking at me like I'm weird and crazy. And I'm like super nervous. Feel so dumb, but I'm trying to be cool, like be friendly. I'm like, hey guys. And they're like, what is this? And I told them, like, yeah, I applied for 2 tickets. They gave me 2 tickets. I said I was going to bring the thing. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And they're like, okay, well, that's cool. And I was like, yeah, I'm like filming like a YouTube video. Like I started doing YouTube videos. They're like, oh, you're a YouTuber? I'm like, yeah, I guess, starting out. Just kind of living life, just, doing whatever, just trying to have fun. And they were like, so they did the metal detector thing. They checked this thing just in case I was smuggling any weapons in it. They're like, all right, well, see what the manager says, or whoever the lady was that was in charge. So I start walking up to her, and she's looking at me, and I'm like checking in, and she's like, you can't bring that in here. I was like, oh, okay, because I was like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I wrote in my note that I could, that I was going to bring it, and they gave me 2 tickets. I don't know what happened. But she's like, nah, I'm the one in charge. Can't bring him in. I'm like, that's cool. That's all good. So went back to my car, put him in my car. Felt dumb, but I got through it. I pushed through it. It was cool. And after that experience, uh, didn't feel so dumb when I did other things out of my comfort zone. Didn't feel as uncomfortable. So I get to the Conan show. I go inside. It was so cool. You're walking through all the studio buildings where they film things on the way to the Conan show. Then you get in there, and it was weird because they had just about everybody there, if not everybody else there, had at least one other person with them. Boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, whatever, friend. And there was just me. So they had this one seat that they put me in, right? I was surrounded by other people, obviously, but I feel like it was a chair that they reserved specifically for people that show up to LA with alien props and they have nobody that they brought with them. So they sit me there. And the guy that's like getting the crowd all jazzed up and alive, I don't know what you call him, the host. I think he said something to me a couple times, and then he tried to get a few people, like 8, 10 people on the stage to do a dance off before the actual show started. A dance off competition. So I like raised my hand, and he picked me as one of the people, and I got to do a dance off competition on stage. Oh, and by the way, the other reason why I went to LA to check it out, the reason why I went on a trip to celebrate my birthday, I hit 30 years old. I was like, whoa, where did the time go? I gotta go do something. I gotta go somewhere special, go check something out. I gotta go on a trip. I decided to go check out LA and Hollywood. And I went to do something crazy, so I brought the Alien. So I was celebrating my 30th birthday. So did the dance-off competition. I don't think we were allowed to record. I was feeling a little nervous. I was like, I don't want to get kicked out of here or anything like that. So I didn't whip out my phone, and I didn't record any footage of me dancing on the stage. When I got down from the dance-off, I regretted not recording any video, because that would have been so cool, right? How many times do you get to do that kind of thing in life? I'm like, you know what? No big deal. I kept it positive. I was like, I'll get another opportunity, one way or another. Whatever, it'll happen. So I'm leaving the Conan show, and on the way out, they're like, hey, if anybody wants to go to the Conan in Australia screening right after, there's still some seats available. And I was like, this is my opportunity. This is my chance to get back up on stage for the second time. And this time, record some, uh, what do you call it? Record some video. So I went into the second show immediately after the first show. And they sat me in the same exact seat that I sat in before, which I thought that was strange. Almost like the universe put me there, right? So sat me in the same exact seat. So I'm sitting there. Again, they're looking for people for the dance-off competition on stage. And the guy was like, you want to do it again? And I was like, yeah, all right, sure. I go up there with my space jacket that I made. I put all the patches on it myself because I love to make space jackets. If you would like your own space jacket, reach out. Outhouse Alien dropping soon, where I'll have merch and space jackets and t-shirts and stuff like that. So if you would love your own space jacket, hit your boy up. So I get to go up on the stage again. And this time, pulled out my phone. I said, screw it. We're recording footage. So I'm up on the stage, I'm dancing. I got my shades on, got my phone up to me, recording myself. And yeah, that was dope. That was really cool. And then I saw on their Instagram later that they posted some footage of that dance-off competition, and then you could see me in the footage, just dancing right there, moving my hips, kind of flashed my abs a little bit at one point to the crowd, and it was cool. And I got off. Well, I didn't get off. I got off stage and watched the show. And then after the show, Conan was talking to the crowd. People were asking him questions. I was nervous. I was like, damn, I really want to ask him a question. I was like raising my arm, wasn't getting called. And then at one point, I yelled out once things got a little quiet in between people's questions. I called out and I was like, I have a question, kind of like that. But nobody seemed to notice, I guess, or maybe everybody ignored me. I'm not sure. I didn't seem like Conan looked over at me or anything. I felt dumb. I was like, yo, I'm about to get kicked out of here. But what I would have asked him was, do you believe in space? Actually, either I was going to ask him, do you believe in space? Of course, people believe in space. Well, most people believe in space. Some people don't believe space is real. But then again, you never know. Anyway, that's probably not true. We have telescopes, we see things. Space is real. But what I would have asked him would have been, have you ever seen a UFO? That's probably what I was going to ask him. Didn't get the chance, right? But check this out. At the end of that show, at the end of the questions, he's about to leave. He's waiting for some applause, for some kind of energy from the crowd. He wasn't getting it. So he's kind of looking around. He's like, have a good night or whatever. And I point at him. Actually, no, hold on. Let me think. What happened? I think I pointed at him. And then he looks over at me and he points back at me. And then, what happened next? We pointed at each other, me and Conan O'Brien. And then, I know at one point, I think he did a finger gun at me, or I did it first, I don't remember. And then we did two, I believe. And then he did a bunch of these, and then I did a bunch of those back at him. And he turned around and left. And I was like, whoa. I was like, me and Conan O'Brien just had a dope moment. Like, that was cool. Just me and him. And he saw me with my space jacket, with my shades, with my, what's that guy's name? That singer. Not Michael Bolton. What's that guy's name? Damn, I keep forgetting. But anyway. So yeah, that was dope. That was the Conan O'Brien show. I leave. The next night I brought the alien prop to the laugh. I brought my 4.5 foot alien prop to the Laugh Factory the next night after the Conan O'Brien show. I'm standing in line with this prop, right? Bunch of people. And this was last April 2019, before COVID. So yeah, I'm in LA for my birthday with the alien, shoved them in my luggage. So I'm standing in line, and nobody seems to say anything yet about the prop. None of the security, none of the people working there, nobody. Until I get inside, and the bouncer is like, "Oh, you're gonna have to leave that over there." And I was like, "Yeah, but I bought 2 tickets. I had bought a ticket for myself and a ticket for the alien prop." And he's like, "Oh, okay, well, go see that girl over there. Ask her." I guess she was like the manager. So I walk up to her, and I'm like, "Hey," I was being real nice. I was like, just explaining the situation. I'm like, "I flew all the way from PA, East Coast, shoved them in my luggage. I'm just celebrating my birthday. Just celebrating my birthday. Trying to have a good time, trying to have fun. I bought 2 tickets. Like, she's like, "Okay, all right. Can you just sit in the back half of the room?" I was like, "Yeah, no problem." So I probably chose the worst spot to sit. She was like, "Sit behind the pillars." I was like, "Cool." Back half of the room. I literally sat on the right side at the Laugh Factory, up against the wall, in the dark. I mean, it's all dark, and I think one of the pillars was blocking me a little bit. So I didn't realize that I could have sat another row in front of me. There was another row, which was more open. Whatever. What are you gonna do, right? So I'm sitting there, and some people from the crowd are asking me questions like, "Oh, what's with the alien?" I'm sitting there, and I was, "Yeah, just living life, whatever, blah, blah, blah." And man, I was a little disappointed that none of the comedians on stage said anything about the alien. Bill Burr was up. And can you imagine if Bill Burr would have been like, if he looked out in the crowd in the middle of his set, he's telling the joke, and then he's like, "Uh, is is that a fucking alien?" Oh man, that would have been so funny. Is that a freaking alien? Oh man. But that was cool. Shout out to the Laugh Factory for letting me bring the alien in. And they actually tweeted it. Somebody was walking around taking photographs, and they tweeted a photo of me and the alien. Um, and the caption said something like, "We get, people from all around the world, but this is a first," kind of thing. So that was cool. And yeah, right after that, I went to the Comedy Store. I'd never been there before either. Such a cool place. That was a really cool place. I didn't bring the alien prop in there. I should have, but I was like, screw it. I'll just put him in my car, in my rental. And I went to the Comedy Store. That was an interesting experience. That was a fun night. It was very strange. Never been there. And I get in there, it's packed. And on stage is Harland Williams at the Comedy Store. And I'm wearing my space jacket, got my shades on. And at one point during his set, he looks at me and he says something like, he's the one that called me Michael something. Some singer that wears shades like that. I can't remember his name. Michael, he's like a famous singer. I'll remember it. I'll post it down in the comments or description or whatever. So he looked at me and he was like, "Oh, you look like Michael, whatever," right? So that was really cool. And then as the night went on, there were less and less people. They were leaving, right? So towards the end of the night, I'm sitting there, and I forget what the comic's name was that got up on stage. Instead of doing his set, he literally was roasting me the entire time. He was like, "What, did you sew those patches on your jacket yourself?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, I can tell." No, I actually know what else he said. He was like, Are those patches from all the people you killed? I was like, nah, man. Or maybe I said yes. I don't remember. But it was really funny, really good time. He's just straight up roasting me. I was like, yeah, I'm a UFO hunter. I see UFOs, aliens. I was just, telling my truth, just letting it all out. I was like, yeah, my name is Arthur Alien. And then somebody in the crowd was like, in disgust, they were like, ugh. I couldn't help but to laugh. What are you gonna do? Get mad and upset? Nah. But yeah, he just roasted me the entire time. That was super dope. And before that, I always wanted to try stand-up comedy. Well, not always, but for a while, I wanted to try some stand-up, and I've never been to a comedy club, so it was cool to be there and see comics live, and to see some celebrities, like famous people, famous comedians, up close. Conan, right there on stage. Harlan Williams a few rows away from him, like 2 rows away. Like, I don't know, what was he, 5 feet or less? 3 feet away? 4? I don't know. But yeah, just to see comedians up close and get a feel for the comedy vibe, the comedy scene vibe, like all of that, that was really cool. And what else happened? Yeah, I drove around with the alien prop. I definitely missed out on an opportunity though when I was there. I could have filmed a lot more YouTube videos. I could have talked to the camera more, gotten that experience. Because up until that point, I didn't have this experience that I'm having now. Talking to the camera a lot, filming YouTube videos. I had only done like maybe 1 or 2 YouTube videos. What I should have done was walk around LA, film a YouTube video with the alien, talk to people, interview people. Didn't do that. So on my last day, I don't know if I'm leaving out any parts, but on the last day, a few hours before I had to catch my plane, so I was trying to do this fast. I went to the Pacific Coast Highway. Was that Malibu? I pulled over on the side of the road by the ocean on the Pacific Coast Highway. Oh, and by the way, I brought a big sign to LA with me that I was planning on taping to the side of my rental, standing on the side of the road and seeing what happens. And I did record this. So pulled over on the side of the Pacific Coast Highway. Taped a sign to the side of my car. Felt a little dumb, but it wasn't too bad. And the sign read, looking for let's see, what did it say? Looking for advertising agency work, maybe like an advertising job or maybe some clients. Elon Musk, alien girlfriend, and acting gigs, I think was the last one. And then I put the alien prop on the back of the car, just leaning on the window. And I recorded this. And I actually had one guy come up to me that has seen UFOs before. And you know what I should have done? I should have interviewed him. I didn't even think about that. Didn't even think of it. Should have interviewed him about it and recorded it. But yeah, he like came up to me, was talking to me. It was really cool. So that was awesome. Sometimes you get random people coming up to you. Like I was on the beach taking photographs of myself, just doing like some professional photography. But that was actually, I think that was actually in Miami. But this random kid came up to me. I think he had just started getting into YouTube and photography. And he saw me with the camera, taking some professional photos of myself. And yeah, we just kind of chatted about, being a YouTuber, stuff like that. But So yeah, I stood on the side of the road for an hour or something, and probably almost missed my flight. Not almost, but I could have, you know? And so I was trying to do this fast. I was like scrambling to do everything, to at least do what I set out to do in Cali. So I pack up all the stuff in the car because I had to catch my flight. And I'm driving for a little bit. Then I pull over on this road, and I didn't really want to take the sign with me. I wanted to leave it. I wanted to tape it on the side of a building somewhere. Oh, and it also said in-house alien on one of my Instagrams, the alien ad agency. In-house alien. It said it on the bottom of the sign. So I hopped out of the rental real quick. I taped it to this fence. And as I'm getting back in the car real quick, because I felt weird about it. I didn't know if it was like I was going to get like a fine or if people were going to get mad I was taping it to this building or what. It felt some weird energy, right? So I'm like racing back in the car. It's like really windy too. Sign was blown over. I had to tape it. And some guy with a camera was like, what did he say? I don't know if he took a video of me or photos, but he was like, go, go, go. I guess he wanted me to like burn out in the car or something or just take off and he was going to film it. I'm not sure what happened with that. No clue. But it was interesting. And what else happened in LA? I don't remember if anything else interesting happened, but that was that's my LA story. The Conan O'Brien show. Oh, the Comedy Store. So after I got roasted by that comedian, right? There's like barely anybody left in the crowd. Maybe 10 people, if that. And at the very end of the night, it got weird. Like this one lady, I think she was a regular, like pulled her titty out at one point, and she was like flirting with the comic. He was flirting with her, and he was like, "Oh my." He kept doing stuff like that. He'd be like, "Oh, just looking at her. And at one point, she like spread her legs. I think she was wearing panties. I don't even know. Maybe not actually. I don't think she was. Yeah, she like pulled her titty out, and it was like 2, 3 a.m. at this point, right? So that was my first experience at the Comedy Store. Yeah, I was like, wow, it's getting wild in here. Does this go on all the time? This is what the Comedy Store is like? Jesus. And I was just like, wow, just a little taken aback. Like, man, I hear Joe Rogan talking about the Comedy Store once in a while, and man, I wish I would have experienced the Comedy Store in the Laugh Factory years ago when I was 21, younger, you know? And now COVID, it's not even open. At least I got to experience it once. But I wish I would have gotten to experience that place in the golden days Joe Rogan talks about. What it was like, you know, back in the day, a long time ago. And I'm just like, man, I really missed out. It sounded like an incredible place. It went through all these transformations, different phases. Didn't get to experience or see any of that. But who knows what the future holds with the Comedy Store at this point. Maybe I'll be back. Who knows? Maybe I'll do some stand up there one day, an open mic or something. And who knows? Maybe I'll do some open mics finally once the comedy clubs open. And you know, maybe I'll get enough practice with a stand up comedy that I'll get half decent and I'll have some good jokes. I'm gonna get a little closer. Get a little closer. All right. Okay. So let me pretend like I'm doing some open mics. I never done one yet, but this is what I would do at the Comedy Store or whatever other open mic I can get my hands on. So imagine this: I walk up on stage, my first open mic. right? Never have done one before. My first open mic. So I would probably do some jokes like, okay, so this is me walking up, right? Kind of looking around, right? And I would go, "Greetings, my alien babies. Where my alien lovers at?" Either I hear crickets or a couple laughs with somebody who's like, "What the fuck?" Who knows, right? Looking around. "Greetings, my alien babies. Where my alien lovers at?" Oh, I see one over there. We got a alien lover in the house. Who's seen a UFO in this biznatch? Anybody? Anybody ever seen a UFO before? Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, man. So I'm a UFO hunter, and I've seen some crazy, crazy stuff in the sky that you would not believe. Um, and I'm trying to think what other jokes I would have. I'm not sure, but that's probably how I would open up. And if anything, I might even bring the alien prop with me, and I would carry him on stage, and I would just drop him, and then just let him flop. Just let him drop like a sack of potatoes on the ground. Just boom, make a loud sound, thud, and then I would just go into my jokes. "Greetings, my alien babies. Where my alien lovers at?" And then maybe one person raises their hand. I'm like, yes, off to a good start. Who's seen a UFO in this biznatch? Huh? Anybody? That's all good. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't got any more jokes for that, but that's how it started off probably. Once I do my first open mic, that's what probably my first opening line will be. And I will do an open mic eventually once the clubs open up. And you know what? I'll have to get back once the Comedy Store opens and they got open mics. I'll have to get back out to LA and do an open mic. Get out of my comfort zone. You know what? Who cares if I'm not funny? I'll get better. The more I practice, the more I get out of my comfort zone, the more I get out there and do these open mics and practice these jokes, the better I'll get. My alien babies. So, and by the way, where's Chris D'Elia? Where is Chris D'Elia? What happened to Chris D'Elia? Where's he at? You know, he had that whole scandal, people coming out accusing him of stuff, and then he just went silent. His publicist or manager, whatever, put out like one response, one update, and that's it. He doesn't, it's been like what, 3, 4 months? He hasn't said a word, literally nothing. Turned off his comments on YouTube. People can't comment. I think he turned off his comments on Instagram. Hasn't posted one tweet, hasn't responded to anything, hasn't said anything. Not a peep. His podcast hasn't done it in months. Just stopped. So I'm really curious, like, what happened? Is he ever gonna come back? I wonder if he's like, yo, I can't believe all these people, like, you know what? This is the thanks I get for making people laugh. Maybe he feels like he hasn't done anything wrong for the most part. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he just feels betrayed by like wow, this is how people turn on you, his friends, other comedians. I don't know. So maybe, who knows? Maybe he's like, you know what? Screw all of this fame. You know, what's important is family. He's got a little baby. Maybe he's like, you know what? I got enough money. I can make money other ways. I don't need this. I don't need this fame messing up my life, my family. I'm going to stick with the family, with the kid, you know, work on myself as a person and figure out other ways to make money that doesn't require all these prying eyes and people, you know, meddling in your private life. Maybe he wants to step out of the spotlight for good. Who knows? I'm sure we'll see him again, though. He'll put out a tweet, a podcast episode, something. I don't think he's just gonna abandon his podcast. I mean, who knows, maybe, but it would be very interesting to see his first podcast episode. I know a lot of people are itching and dying to see another episode from him. I wonder what he would say. I wonder if he would be upbeat or like serious, like apologize. Yeah, what if he was straight up like on his pinned tweet? If he was like, what does his pinned tweet say? It says, I'm not sorry for any of the jokes I've ever done. What if he gets on the podcast and the first thing goes, and he's like, listen to me carefully, my babies. I'm not sorry for anything. Yo. I mean, he's already canceled. Can you be uncanceled? Man, that's so crazy though. His whole life got turned upside down, I think. Because he got dropped by like management, got fired or dropped whatever from other things, TV shows he was supposed to do. I think the movie he was that zombie movie, didn't they remove him from that? Even though they already finished filming it, they replaced him with somebody else. Wow. It's crazy. But, I mean, I don't know him personally. And he did block me on Twitter before. I think because I told him to. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And then he followed through and did it. Because I was like, yeah, why don't you block me too? And then he blocked me. I was like, damn. Crystal blocked your tweet. I still have that screenshot. But I did enjoy watching his podcast. It was a little entertaining. I liked it. It was good. Not a bad podcast. But yeah, watch. I put this video out, and then he finally says something like a few days or a week later. Who knows, man? We may never hear again from Chris D'Elia, but I think we will. I think we will. Let's see what else. Yeah, man. I just hope this audio sounds better. I think I still have some tweaking to do with the levels, make some minor adjustments, but man, I hope. Do you guys think I should get this gap in the middle of my teeth filled up? See that? I have a gap. Actually, let me get a little closer so you can see. Can you see that? Let me try to smile. Yeah, see that gap? I think because of this gap, when I talk on the podcast, my mouth whistles sometimes. It makes this whistling sound. And that's not good. Piercing people's ears, then I have a tough time editing the audio. So hopefully this microphone helps. Maybe I'll put a piece of gum or something behind the gap. Maybe that'll help with my S's. But yeah, I got the sexy red burgundy smoking jacket on. Okay. We got that going. I have to pee a little bit. We've been podcasting for 39 minutes. And let's see, I've been doing a little bit of stargazing. The moon has been looking incredible past week or so. Has anybody seen the moon? See how big and yellow and bright it's been? And also, I've been hearing that Mars is the closest that it's been in 15 years. Right? Did I say that correctly? Mars is the closest that it's been in 15 years. And I've been looking at Mars, and it's been looking big a little red and bright and big. It's been looking incredible. Yeah, the skies have been pretty clear. I don't know about you, but I love stargazing. I love staring at the sky, staring at the moon, and UFO hunting, and thinking about the universe and ideas and creative projects, and just being one with the sky and the quiet and the dark and the moon and the stars. And not everybody appreciates that. And I don't know why. But if you appreciate those things, you already know that not everybody else feels the same way you do about the moon. Not everybody sees the beauty of the moon, the magic. But yeah, I haven't seen any UFOs lately, because I haven't been stargazing enough. I used to stargaze for up to 15 hours per week, 2 to 3 hours at a time stargazing per night. And that's a lot of hours. So when you spend that many hours stargazing in a weird UFO hotspot with an open mind, you're bound to see something incredible and impossible. And that's exactly what happened. And it's 3:33. Is that a sign from the universe? What does 333 mean? What kind of message is that? Can one of the alien babies help me out and tell me what message 333 means from the universe? Also, if you have any topics or questions you would like me to cover on the Alien Babies podcast, please DM it to me at Arthur Alien on Instagram, tweet at me, send me an email, hit me up on Facebook, stuff like that. And if you would like to be on the Alien Babies podcast, because right after I film this episode, I'm going to hop on TikTok Live and at the same time IG Live and Twitch. And then also it'll be on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Podbean where you can listen to it. But don't really worry about those last 3 platforms. The main ones, Twitch, TikTok Live, and IG Live. I'll be checking comments the most on those. And if you want to be on a live episode, one-on-one, video chatting with me on the Alien Babies podcast live, then follow me on Instagram, because that's where I'll do the live video chats with people. Okay? So if you have UFO sightings, experiences you want to share, something paranormal, something ghost, you've seen some ghosts, we can chat about that. Or if, you're into marketing, living life, you want to quit your 9 to 5, but don't know how, you want to follow your dreams, you're an actor, graphic designer, creative person, we can chat about those things too. Because the Alien Babies podcast is not just about UFOs and paranormal and ghosts. That's not all that this podcast is about. It's not. We're deep. We are deep on this podcast. That's just, the surface stuff. We get deeper than that. So yeah, right after this, I'm going to hop on TikTok Live and stuff like that. And yeah, I think that might actually do it for the podcast today. I don't know what else to talk about. And I'll read another ghost hunting article from this ghost hunting magazine next week. I've been reading some articles from it the past couple podcasts. So I think we got a lot covered with the LA trip. So that'll be enough content right there. I'll edit a video, a little voiceover, show some of that footage. I'll post that. And yeah, this podcast isn't on Apple Podcast yet. I'm trying to get the audio better until I distribute it to the other popular podcast platforms. So if you want to listen to this podcast, for now, it's just available on Podbean to listen to. But it's also available on YouTube. Don't forget, if you want to watch the nice, sexy footage, that'll be on YouTube at Alien Babies Podcast. AlienBabiesPodcast.com is Podbean, where you can just listen to it without the sexy footage. I recommend probe that like button and abduct that subscribe button. So if you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe on YouTube at Alien Babies Podcast. Give us a like on Facebook. Give me a follow on Instagram at Arthur Alien. And share this podcast. You know, we got to get this Alien Babies cult going, so to speak. This club, this UFO alien club. I don't know if I want to call it a cult, but this club, whatever you want to call it. If you want to be a true alien baby, then you'll share this this podcast. I feel like I'm starting to lose my voice from talking so much, but that's okay. Because this is what I do for the alien babies. We talk for a while, nonstop, until we lose our voice. Because you guys are worth it. And if you listen this far, if you shared the podcast, if you've subscribed, I love you. I appreciate you. Stay tuned for the Alien Babies merch coming soon. InhouseAlien.com coming soon. OuthouseAlien.com coming soon. Merch. Alien bath bombs, alien candles I'm going to make. Lots of stuff for the alien babies. I'm going to film more YouTube videos, adventures. Oh, here's what I'm planning on doing this week. I have some Dunkin' Donuts coupons for a free coffee. I'm going to get a nitro brew, maybe a donut or a sandwich. And I'm going to film the first alien drive-through video, which I'll upload to Alientainment on YouTube. It's basically gonna be me and the alien prop pulling up to drive-throughs and ordering a little sandwich, a little food, and making a YouTube video for like 10 minutes or so. And we're just gonna sit there, eat some food with the alien, and just chill. So if you like eating videos, a little comedy, a little humor, we're going to be pulling up the drive-thrus. And since Halloween's coming up, I got my alien mask, and I'm going to wear it. This alien mask, for the people watching, I'm going to wear it and pull up to some drive-thrus with the mask on, with my alien next to me, and do the same thing. Maybe record the drive-thru people's reaction a little bit. And so yeah, we're just gonna have a little alien fun. So if you want to join in on that, you're welcome to do so. Okay, my babies. Well, I'm about to hop on live, and I'm trying to go on Twitch a lot more. I'm trying to get the following going on Twitch because it looks really fun. It looks a lot of fun, and I'm trying to get that going. I think for now the stream Twitch schedule will be Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Thursdays, what did I write down? What's the time? I forget, but those are the days. I'll post the times and stuff like that, which I'm sure the times are going to change, maybe even the days. But for now, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, I'm going to Twitch live and answer questions. You want to come on, IG Live, we'll do live video chat, talk about UFOs, aliens, whatever. Come ask your questions and we just have a good time. And, the Alien Babies podcast is all about, not a lot of the time people will have a UFO sighting, for example, and then they'll tell people. And then most people look at them like they're crazy. They don't get it. They don't believe them. The Alien Babies podcast is a place for people to feel a welcome, to talk and share with other like-minded individuals that get them, that have also seen things, or maybe they haven't seen things, but they still believe. There's no judgment here. You can finally come and share your experiences with people and feel heard, and, finally have a voice, finally be acknowledged and heard and believed about your experiences. So that's what the Alien Babies podcast is. But it's also more than that. It's also motivation, inspiration to follow your dreams, some tips and knowledge on how to quit your 9-to-5 job. It's a community of entrepreneurs and creatives and UFO hunters and, paranormal experience witnesses, stuff like that. So, but yeah. Thank you, my alien babies. Share the podcast, share the word, tweet me your questions, and let me know if you see any UFOs. Send me some footage. Maybe I can show it. Maybe I can talk about it. Yeah, stay tuned for episode 5, and hopefully I'm praying that the audio quality is getting much improved here. Okay? All right, thank you guys. Have a good day or night. Keep looking up at the skies, and I'll talk to you soon.